Hello. Hello there. Hi, everybody. Hi, how are you? Hi, guys. Look who it is. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, there's an old meme about this. Hold on. Um, See if I can find this. It's so funny. It's an old meme. Anybody ever seen that meme of all the other nations looking at America? It's just like stick figures. Stick figures looking at America, and America's got like a shotgun in its mouth and like blowing its head off. And they're all looking like, what the fuck? Have you guys seen that meme? Um, I gotta find that fucking meme. It's so good, dude. Somebody has to know what I'm talking about. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? I gotta find it, dude. Um, you guys seen that one? Is Chat gonna act right today? Well, they fucking better, dude. They fucking better. You know we had yesterday. You know we had yesterday. We had a whole bunch of fucking clanker lovers in the chat. A whole bunch of fucking clanker lovers in the chat yesterday. Shit pissed me off. $10. Just got paid. I just wanted to give you something to show support. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Um, Guys, I gotta give you guys a reminder. You guys got to find we all this is mainly for me, and I'm going to use you as if you're me. You guys got to find time to breathe, because this shit is getting really crazy, and I'm afraid that people are going to start losing their fucking minds, because as I say, and I say a lot, this world is cruel, but it is also beautiful, and they can't take away the sun. They can't take away the birds. You got to find a way to go outside. You got to go out, you got to do stuff, you got to be with your friends, you got to find a way, because as tuned in as I am, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot, and it'll get to you. It'll really get to you. Too late, I already lost my mind. That's what they want, gang. That's what they want. Thank you for becoming a member for 10 months. Chris hates Mexicana but acts like he supports immigrants. Yep, you got me. Notoriously hates Mexicana. Not a fan of Mexicana. Oh, Lord. Oh. Thoughts on Trump saying he won't use force? Do you know what he said right before that? We covered that yesterday, though. But what he said was actually goes, if I wanted to take Greenland, I would do it with such brutality, such force, I would be unstoppable. But I'm not going to do that. It's a threat. Excuse me. It's a threat. But it's also a fake out. He's 100% willing to use force. He also made that abundantly fucking clear. That's what those 1,500 paratroopers are for. The ones that they're quote unquote set up for Minnesota. 1,500 paratroopers, all trained in Arctic warfare. Nah, that's for Greenland. Kyle is using some of your exact wording in his talking points. He must actually be watching some of your stuff. Such as, do you know like what words? Like, do you have any examples? Because then I could tell you. I could be like, yeah, no, he's got to be taking that from here. Like fucking, like, you got any examples? He's starting to actually crash out like you. Who, Trump? Trump doesn't crash out the way I crash out. He said the same thing you did about the paratroopers being a fake out. Well, I mean, listen, that's kind of what a lot of people are thinking. That ain't just me. That's just normal. That's just normal. Beer koozies would be a pretty good idea for merch. Thoughts on the Mark Rutte and Trump convo? Mark Rutte says that convo didn't happen. Mark Rutte. That's a part of what we're going to be pulling up today, but yeah, Mark Rutte says they did not have a conversation. It's bizarre. Let's see if I could find that. But also, don't forget that Trump doesn't even say that he has a deal. He says that we have the framework of a deal. We have a framework of a deal. Yeah, is this it on Reuters? I bet they're going to make me pay for this article. But NATO chief, that's Mark Rudd, he says the issue of whether Greenland stays with Denmark did not come up with Trump. So, like, they didn't make a like it's just a lie. He's just a liar. He's a blatant fucking liar. I don't know what to tell you. But also, guys, I'm not going to be live for too long today. I have a meeting at 1 o'clock. So I'm going to probably start recording and get this out there and call it for the day. But first things first, we got to start off with a little song. Una mattina mi sono alzato, un bello ciao, bello ciao, bello ciao, ciao, ciao. Una mattina mi sono alzato e ho trovato l'invasor, un partigiano, portami via. Bello ciao, bello ciao, bello ciao, ciao, ciao. Partigiano, portami via. Che mi sento di morir. See, this is what gets me going. This is what gets me up in the morning. You know, if I ain't got a fight, if I don't got a fascist to fight, what's the point? You know, if I don't got a fascist to fight, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? What's the point? Give me a fascist to fight. I still can't wait to fuck Nick Fuentes. Tell you that much. Just to prove he's gay, I'll fuck him. I'll fuck him. It'll be great. It'll be great. Who are we, Chris? We are Charlie Kirk. We carry the flame. We fight for the gospel and honor his name. We are Charlie Kirk. No, you know who we are? We are Jerome Powell. We carry the flame. We fight for law and order. We honor his name. We are Jerome Powell. Good old Jeromey the homie. Good old Too Late Powell. Jerome Too Late Powell. Klaus Schwab's song is the fascists' Bella Ciao. I don't know who the fuck Klaus Schwab is, and I don't think I give a fuck, to be dead ass. Chris, when you go protest and Luigi is healed, aren't you afraid to get shot by ICE? Nah, bro. You can shoot me, that's fine. I don't care. I'm being so dead ass, bro. They can shoot me. I'll literally be like, oh! You shot me! Oh! Hey! Oh! Whoa! Oh! You shot me! Hey! Like, you can shoot me, bro. You can shoot me. It's okay. Oh! Fuck! Shit! Oh! We don't want to lose you? Dude, me getting shot ain't gonna kill me, bro. You're gonna have to do a whole lot more than shoot me to kill me. Are you fucking... I'm a 14,000-year-old reptilian shapeshifter. You can shoot me, my soul will hop out, jump into the next body, take over. The guy will go, I'm alive! And they'll go, what? What? Rewatching The Handmaid's Tale right now is actually terrifying. Dude, I could never finish The Handmaid's Tale. Like, I tried. I got through, I think, like 2 seasons, and it just, like, every time it gets decent, it gets brutal. And you're like, oh my God, dude, this is just, there's just no, like, this is just painful. This is just awful, dude. This is awful. It's good, though. But it's awful. You know what I'm saying? Can't do it. Hard to watch it. What's A Handmaid's Tale? It's all about, it's a show about a hypothetical future where, like, a pandemic goes around the planet that lowers women's fertility rate to, like, 10%. Where, like, 10% of pregnant women have a successful birth. And because of that, there's a population crisis, and the entire world enslaves women to be breeding cattle, to be bred. And it's a disgusting, horrifying show. It's also a book, yeah, but, you know, it's brutal. Yeah, it's brutal. It's brutal. No, just the U.S.? Incorrect. You clearly didn't watch the whole show. They meet with, like, the leader of Mexico, and they're doing that, too. It's the whole world. It's like, it takes place in America, but the whole world is doing it now. Yeah, it's very uncanny. Anyway, let's make a video. All right? Let's make a video. Here we go. Y'all ready? We're going to dive in. You ready? You ready? Here we go. Here we go. Canada is preparing for war with the United States of America. All of NATO is now gearing up for the US invasion of Greenland. China is now becoming the world's reserve currency and the #1 trading partner for European nations. Essentially, what I'm telling you is the great century of American humiliation is continuing at a rapid fucking pace. Meanwhile, the Chinese are outpacing us in every single sector, whether it be renewable energy or electric vehicles or drone technology or AI. We are being dog walked by the Chinese, which is why I would like to take this as an opportunity to get your eyes on the cube there and bring up Mao Zedong and hit you with a 我们去向苏里去欣赏 哭着来要走够楼就要让我们长出力气喜洋洋去行动我们去 All glory to my new leader, Xi Jinping. All glory to the Communist Chinese Party. All glory to the future United States of China. Because we're getting fucking bodied, bro. And on top of that, if you watch my last video, I mean, King Donald is just humiliating us on the fucking world stage. First thing I want to show you, we're going to start off with Canada. Somebody said, mic down a touch, please. Suck my dick and lower your volume. I'm the king and I like to scream. Canada is running war games for a U.S. invasion. And listen, I hate the military-industrial complex. I hate imperialism, but I gotta be honest with you. We solo Canada. We really do. We solo Canada. And I don't believe in the law of the jungle. I don't believe that might makes right. I don't believe that simply because we can take Canada that we should. But Canada would get their fucking ass beat and they know it. They're running war games and they're losing all of them. And what they're resorting to is Mujahideen-style defense. Guerrilla-style defense. And you don't need to take it from me, bro. You can take it from the Canadian military chiefs. Canada war games a U.S. invasion, and it does not go well. Military chiefs have modeled the response to an attack and the Mujahideen-style insurgency tactics that they would need to use against American invaders. Now, if you don't know what the Mujahideen is, the brave Mujahideen, that was a group of Afghani and other Middle Eastern nations, but primarily Afghani freedom fighters who defended Afghanistan from the Soviet invasion back in the 1980s. And, well, Osama bin Laden was in the Mujahideen. He was one of the key players of the Mujahideen. We wrote articles about him, the brave Mujahideen, with a picture of bin Laden at the end of, I think, Rambo 2. The very end, screen goes black, and it says, like, this is for all of the brave Mujahideen fighters holding back the Soviet invasion. We're talking about CIA trained, CIA funded, CIA armed militias that then eventually turned into the Taliban and Al Qaeda and ISIS and all that. But Canada is now running drills where they're modeling their defense of Canada after the fucking Mujahideen's defense of the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. You couldn't make this shit up if you wanted, bro. Canadian military chiefs have wargamed a U.S. invasion and concluded that they would be overpowered in only 2 days. Canada's resistance would rely upon insurgency tactics similar to those deployed by the Mujahideen in Afghanistan in the fight against the Soviet Union, according to reports. Under the plans, which officials stress were precautionary and hypothetical, forces would use asymmetric tactics whereby a weaker army attempts to counter a dominant force. Canada would rely on drone warfare and would also request assistance from European allies, namely the former imperial powers Britain and France. So... this is what I've been telling you, where I say if we invade Greenland, we go to war with NATO. You are now reading an article from the Times, a real article, not fake news, that is talking about Canada relying on drone warfare and requesting assistance from European allies such as the Brits and the French to hold back the American horde. Gang, we are the Fourth Reich. Gang, we are the baddies. We are the evil empire. And a pill that might be a little bit hard to swallow is that we always have been. Okay? Maybe there was a small period where we weren't during World War II when we fought against the Nazis. But you got to remember, you've been propagandized into thinking that we won that war. We barely participated. Okay? Same thing in World War I. 90% of all of the dead Germans in World War II were killed by the Soviets. 90% of the German casualties killed by the Soviets. Let me give you just one example of the difference between the sacrifice. The Soviet Union lost more men in the Battle of Stalingrad. One battle. They lost more men in the Battle of Stalingrad than the United States of America has lost in every single war we've ever fought combined. Okay? Somewhere between 1.8 million and 3 million lives lost in one battle. This nation does not understand loss. We think of loss, we think of disaster, we think of tragedy, and we think of things like Pearl Harbor, where it was something like, what was it, 3,000 or 4,000 lives lost. We think of 9/11. I think 2,000 to 5,000 lives lost. We think of, the soldiers we lost in Iraq and Afghanistan. It's like 12,000, you know what I mean? The Soviets have lost millions of lives in one battle. One battle. The Chinese have lost tens of millions of lives. They understand loss. They understand grief. They have entire generations who are traumatized by combat. We have a very skewed understanding of what it means to lose large amounts of lives all at once. And I don't think that Americans would ever have a good response to that. I don't. But yeah, we are the evil empire. Here's a little comparison of our forces. Combat troops, we got 1.3 million, they got 62K. Reserve, we got 800K, they got 30K. Tanks, we got 2,600, they have 74. Artillery, 5,000, they got 178. Combat aircraft, we have 1,500, they have 103. Submarines, we have 65, they have 4. Aircraft carriers, we have 11, they don't have a single one. Destroyers, we have 74, they don't have a single one. Frigates, we have 26, they don't have a single one. Gang, the fact that we know this means that Donald knows this, and Pete Hegseth knows this, and they know the real details. And as we know, Donald Trump is a rapist, okay? And he doesn't just rape children, he doesn't just rape women, he rapes nations, okay? And when he's looking at defenseless Canada and defenseless Greenland and defenseless Europe, I think he's getting a hard on. I think he's getting a fucking hard on. Is this the meme I was asking for earlier? Yup. This is the state of the world right now, bro. We are blowing our fucking brains out, claiming that these people are the ones killing us, and they're looking at us like, what the fuck is going on? This is the state of the United States of America right now. It's unfucking believable. Anyway, so Canada is wargaming. Meanwhile, Donald comes out and says, you remember when he said, I have concepts of a plan when it came to healthcare? He's now saying that he has concepts of a plan when it comes to making a deal to take Greenland. Now, what's funny is he said he made a concept of a plan with Mark Rutte, the General Secretary of NATO, and then Mark Rutte comes out and goes, no, we didn't. No, he didn't. And this is very typical for Trump. I think it's two things. I think, one, he's a pathological liar. Two, I think he's actually demented, like his brain doesn't properly work, so he might actually think that he did come up with a concept of a deal, but here's what he posted on Truth Social. Based upon a very productive meeting that I have had with the Secretary General of NATO, Mark Rutte, excuse me, we have formed the framework of a future deal with respect to Greenland and, in fact, the entire Arctic region. The solution, if consummated, will be a great one for the United States of America and all NATO nations. Based upon this understanding, I will not be imposing the tariffs that were scheduled to go into effect on February 1st. Additional discussions are being held concerning the Golden Dome as it pertains to Greenland. Further information will be made available as discussions progress. Vice President J.D. Vance, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, and various others as needed will be responsible for the negotiations. They will report directly to me. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So what's funny is this didn't happen. So NATO chief Mark Rutte, issue of whether Greenland stays with Denmark did not come up with Trump. Now, I understand this is a he said, she said, but I have no reason to believe that Mark is lying. I have every reason to believe that Donald is lying. He has nonstop lied the entire time. He's not only been president, but the entire time he was running for president. And he's been lying before it. Central Park 5, Obama's birth certificate, all that shit. So, NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte said on Wednesday that the issue of whether Greenland will remain with Denmark did not come up in his talks with King Doland as the U.S. Führer stepped back from threats of tariffs and ruled out the use of military force to take control of Greenland. I hate when they say this shit. He did not rule out the use of military force. What they're talking about is during his speech at the World Economic Forum. You know what Donnie said? He said, if I wanted Greenland, I would take it with such brutality and such force, and nobody could stop me. But I'm not gonna do that. That's rapist talk, bro. Oh, if I wanted to have sex with her, I would do it, and there's nothing she can do about it. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna convince her. Guys, like, his rapist mentality is spilling into geopolitics. Okay, he doesn't understand the word no, or actually he does understand the word no. He doesn't accept the word no. Okay, so I mean, to anybody who's watching this from Greenland or from Canada, you need to understand what you're up against. You're not up against the president of the United States of America. You're up against a child rapist with a nuclear arsenal. Really sit with that for a second. You're up against a child rapist with a nuclear arsenal. I don't know how you take that fight. I don't know how you win that fight. I don't understand. I couldn't tell you what the fuck the future is going to look like, but I could tell you that it's not going to be good. And other European nations, Canada, every sovereign nation on this planet needs to start preparing for war with America. I mean, dude. But here's the thing, guys. I choose to be a revolutionary optimist, and this is something important that I want to tell you. This world is cruel, but it is also beautiful. And these fascist dogs, they can't take away the sun. They can't take away the birds. They can't take away the cicadas. They could try. They can't take away you going to see a movie with your friend. They can't take away you lying in bed with the love of your life. They can't take away that little bit of peace, and you can't allow them to. You need to stop. You need to take a breath, because otherwise this shit's going to drive you nuts. It's going to drive you crazy, and that's what they want. They want you to lose your shit. They want you to give up. You can't give up. You got to stay mad. You got to stay fighting, and you got to stay addressing the beauty of this world, because there is no light without the dark. And the light always pierces through that fucking veil, that shadow. Do it for the love of things that grow. All right. Moving on. China wins as Trump cedes leadership of the global economy. The president used a keynote speech at the World Economic Forum in Switzerland to renounce the last vestiges of the liberal democratic order. In a long, rambling address that was by turns bombastic, aggrieved, and self-congratulatory, the Führer of the United States of America pronounced last rites on American leadership of the liberal democratic order forged by the United States and its allies after World War II. Oh, Lord. This whole article is pretty crazy, but what I think is the most important is towards the bitter end here. The Führer used his 90-minute turn before the global elite to underscore that contrast, even as fundamental doubts remain about the desirability of a world increasingly influenced by Beijing. Quote, China definitely wants to assume the mantle of being the adult in the room. Oh, wait, no, sorry, that's not Donald Trump. China wants to assume the mantle of being the adult in the room while the United States continues capriciously showing hostility. The question is whether the rest of the world is willing to accede. I don't think the world is ready to carry full on into the embrace of China. $20 donation here says, I lived in Spain and Western Europe for years. What stood out was how they moved past their violent history while assuming the U.S. would guarantee their security to protect them from that history, and now they're big mad for that. Well, a conversation not a lot of people are prepared to have is that Europe is about to experience what they did to the rest of the world. Europe is about to experience invasion, colonization, degradation of your sovereignty. And I don't wish this upon you. But this is something that every European nation has done to the African world, to the global south, to the Middle East, to India, to the Asian world. And I'm not saying you deserve it. The sins of the father do not apply to the son. But perhaps this wouldn't have happened if we as a species truly addressed what we did, what we've done. We like to brush off chattel slavery and call it slavery. Brother, that wasn't even slavery. That was something a lot fucking worse. Slavery has existed in humanity for thousands of years, and nothing like a 400-year-long transatlantic slave trade that actually dehumanized an entire continent. And I don't mean attempted dehumanization like, they don't live like us. They're not like us. No, I mean literally coming up with phrenology and coming up with fake science to prove that these are not human beings, knowing damn well that they were for 400 years. And that's not America. That's the Portuguese. That's the French. That's the Brits. That is the Americans as well. That's the Spaniards. We raped the third world, raped it. And the imperial boomerang comes home, whether it takes 10 years or 10 centuries, it makes its way home. And Europe is experiencing that imperial boomerang in full fucking force. Maybe, perhaps, our children and our grandchildren won't have to live through this shit if we look at the problem, address it, and take the steps necessary to prevent it from happening in the future instead of locking it up, shoving it down, and pretending it didn't happen, which is exactly the masculine thing to do. You wonder why we live through this shit? It's all because of the fucking patriarchy. Because you do something fucked up, you do something grim, you do something heinous, and the man in you tells you to lock it up, chief, push it down, let it boil up, and one day, it'll come boiling out of the top, uncontrollable. That's what Donald Trump is. Donald Trump is a mirror. He is exactly the president we deserve. He is what we have become. You go back 200 years, you ask some fucking random Japanese dude to draw an American, he's gonna draw you a cowboy. You ask a fucking Japanese dude to draw you an American now, he's giving you a suit and tie with the fucking burlap sack with the money logo on it. Big fat motherfucker on the top of a penthouse with a whole army of fucking free laborers beneath him. That is what we have turned into. And it is sad. And it is okay to be sad. But if you are not willing to fight for it, I can't help you. If you're not willing to get out in the fucking street, if you're not willing to get in front of a fucking camera, if you're not willing to grab that mic, then do me a favor, shut the fuck up. Let the rest of us do the job. China is the global leader in clean energy technology, designing and manufacturing solar cells, wind turbines, electric vehicles, and batteries. Europe, despite the recent setbacks, has set ambitious targets to diminish carbon emissions. A fact that the Führer singled out for derision during his speech while thumping his fat fucking chest for the American return to fossil fuels. Why not? Why not? It's not like we've got nuclear reactors that could power an aircraft carrier for 250 years. It's not like we've got solar panels. It's not like we've got wind turbines. It's not like we've got hydraulic energy. No! Go get the dinosaur bone. Go get the Stegosaurus. I'm gonna lose my mind. Dio dammi la serenità di accettare il costo che non posso cambiare, il coraggio di cambiare il costo che posso, la saggezza di capire la differenza. Oh my God, dude. And what I'm saying is, God grant me the strength to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Because there's some things that we can change, there's some things that we can't, and we gotta be able to differentiate between the two, because motherfucking titty-sucking two-ball bitch, I'm about to get on all fours and start barking at the fucking moon, bro. I swear to God. I swear to God. You believe in God now? Not the one that you believe in. Oh, fuck. All right, I got a clip here of Trump talking about Greenland. Check it out.
Mr. President, about Russia trying to come and take over Greenland. If you're worried that Putin would do something like that, why invite him to join your Board of Peace?
Because the Board of Peace is designed to replace NATO. The Board of Peace, brother, Benjamin Netanyahu, Vladimir Putin, Viktor Orban, Donald Trump. I bet you he's gonna bring fucking Xi Jinping up in this bitch. Thank you for the $10, or I can't fight. That's why I give you money. Does it help? Yeah, that will help. Guys, this motherfucker is trying to create like a new Warsaw power. Fuck that. The Axis powers. That's what he's trying to create. Because he knows as soon as he invades Greenland or Canada, NATO dissolves. He knows even if we could, quote unquote, win a war against NATO, you can't win it without the deployment of nuclear weapons. The only way you could do that is with the ally with other dictators. You got to ally with a whole bunch of other dictators. Excuse me, sorry. But, all right, let's listen to the cocksucker motherfucker.
Something like that. Why invite him to join your Board of Peace?
Because we want everybody. We want all nations. We want all nations where people have control, people have power. That way we're not.
You see what he's saying? He said where people have control, people have power. He doesn't view Democratic leaders as like powerful. He thinks that they're baby back bitches because they are beholden to the voter. He also doesn't consider himself to be a Democratic leader because he knows he stole the fucking 2024 election. And on top of that, he doesn't plan on having elections in the future.
I'm never going to have a problem. This is the greatest board ever assembled. And everybody wants to be on it. But yeah, I have some controversial people on it, but these are people that get the job done. These are people that have tremendous influence. And if I put all babies on the board, there wouldn't be very much.
So you see what he's saying here? He's saying that these people, now you have to think about who he's talking about. He's talking about Vladimir Putin. He goes, these people have power. These people have sway. And he's right. Vladimir Putin has power. Vladimir Putin has sway. But he's a dictator. He's a dictator. And he's saying, he goes, if we just put a whole bunch of babies on it, it's not going to work. Now, who do you think he's talking about when he says babies, bro? He's talking about Democratic elected leaders. Now, I know some of you dumb fucks think that I'm talking about the Democrats and the Republicans. No, I mean through a democratic process. I mean prime ministers. I mean presidents. I mean actual elected leaders. He views them as soft and baby because they asked permission to become the leader. You know, something my father used to say was, beg for forgiveness. Do not ask for permission, right? And it's a good piece of advice. But you can take it too far. And he's taking this shit too fucking far.
He was invited. He's accepted tremendous influence. And if I put all babies on the board, there wouldn't be very much. So he was invited. He's accepted. Many people have accepted. I don't know of anybody that hasn't accepted.
I do. Fucking Emmanuel Macron, dude. The French already turned it down.
But it's going to be great.
How do you not know this?
I think the Board of Peace will be the most prestigious board ever, and it's going to get a lot of work done that the United Nations should have done. And we'll work with the United Nations, but the Board of
We'll work with the United Nations. Brother's trying to replace NATO and the UN.
Peace is going to be special.
It's so fucking crazy, dude. Anyway, so here's what we know about Trump's quote-unquote deal. It's not really a deal, but specific details of the framework are unknown, but Trump has described it as a pathway towards a long-term deal. And he has specified some elements of what he expects from that deal. It puts everybody in a really good position, especially as it pertains to security and to minerals, Trump told reporters. It's a deal that's forever. We will come together in NATO with our senior commanders to work out what is necessary. Oh, never mind, that's what Rutt said. But so it seems like what Donald's plan is to make a deal. But the deal is, hypothetically, of course, the deal is like, let's say you have, I don't know, you have a car that I want. I really want your car, bro. And I come up to you and I say, yo, can I buy your car? And you say, oh, no, dude, it's not for sale. And I went like this. Can I buy your car? That's the deal he's gonna make. That's the deal he's trying to make. He's gonna hold a gun to the head of fucking NATO. He's gonna hold a gun to the head of Norway. He's gonna hold a gun to the head of Denmark. And he's gonna say, I got the money for your car. Any chance it's for sale now? That is the state of Donald Trump's negotiation power. The art of the deal. The art of the deal. More like the art of the fucking steal. Anyway, that was a lot, and it was very dramatic, but I do want to lower your cortisol levels. And I'm saying that intentionally because I had to read this, therefore you have to read this, okay? We've talked about clavicular before. 19-year-old looks maxing Nazi. And you gotta hear this sentence. Clavicular realized that jester maxing at the club is actually peak fun. Clavicular just cracked the code. Jester maxing at the club is officially the new meta. Forget the mysterious guy in the corner trope or the stiff-arm drink hold. We are entering the era of high-energy, zero-ego, chaotic fun. If you aren't the reason the floor is laughing, are you even living? And then here's the video. He's just dancing. Like, well, the funniest part about this clip is this is the most normal he has ever looked in any content he's ever made. Just a young guy dancing at the club, right? But the kids are not all right. The kids are not all right, dude, because like, this is just what you do. Yeah, when you hear music, you move, you dance. Jester maxing, what? Clavicular realized that jester maxing at the club is peak fun. Jester maxing is the new meta. And then this shit, dude. Oh my God, dude. This is why I'm saying the kids aren't all right. Forget the mysterious guy in the corner or the stiff-arm drink hold. How much anime are you kids watching? Do you think that you can just go to the corner and be dark and mysterious and that the women in the crowd are going, Get a look at that guy in the corner. He's so dark and mysterious. I bet he's... Oh my God, look how stiff his arm is. The stiff arm drink hold. Now that's a classic. Fuck off. Fuck off. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. If you're here live, you stay. We got to make a thumbnail. If you're watching this pre-recorded on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Remember, this is real independent media. I don't have any donors, any sponsors, any ads. So if you want to help me out financially, please do. Every dollar goes a long way. Do me one last favor. Click that video over there. It's a banger, and I know bangers. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Unfucking believable. All right, hold on. Canada prepares for war. All right, I'm going to have to get the... I have an idea for this. Canadian flag. All right, I'm going to make this thumbnail. We're going to make this thumbnail together. All right, we're going to make... Insert Kurt voice. Good job, buddy. Good job, buddy. Alrighty. Oh, I'm on YouTube featured right now. That's huge. I'm on YouTube featured right now, gang. That's some gang shit. That's some gang shit if I did ever see it. Did you hydrate today? No, but I will. They have a thumbie? No, it's okay. I want to make this thumbie. I really do. Because I have a new thing that I'm doing with the thummies I want to show you. I think you guys will like it. I'm doing some new work with it. I want to show you. So... we're going to need, what is it? So first we start off with this, and I make this black. And then I click color, gradient colors. This might be hard for me, so do me a favor and just, you know, give me the benefit of the doubt here, because this is going to be a little bit difficult for me. I'm not the smartest when it comes to this stuff. Edit. Color. The gradient thing. I want that. Fuck. I was just working on this. Yes. This needs to go all the way down. And then it needs to be flipped. That's what I want. I wanted a little gradient on the bottom, right? And now I'm going to do Canada flag. Fuck. Thanks for becoming a loyalist, Mr. Spooky. All right, we're going to go with the Canada flag. Shit, no, I gotta get a smaller one. This is too big. American flag. Okay. Canadian Spec Ops. Episode 359 here. American Spec Ops. This one. Oh, no, that's the American one. Now we're going to need me. You did miss the video. You did miss the video. Okay. Something big happening in Iran soon, maybe carriers? Yeah, I've been telling you we're fucking bombing Iran before the end of the month. I've been saying that. What was the point of the gradient then? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Shut your fucking mouth. I'm kidding. Let's try it again. The gradient. Wait, that ain't it. I'll figure that out in the future. Fuck it. I'm too stupid. Chris, OMFG, listen to me. Right click layers. Oh. Oh. Thank you. How do I rotate this? No. All right, that's better. Make the second color black also. I don't know how. I don't know how. On the color circle at the top. Got rid of that entirely. Is that good? I think that's good, right? Is that good? Good? You got it? I got it? Okay, I got it. Now I'm just gonna change the growth to layers. Growth. God damn it, growth. Why can't I edit the text? I just want to edit the text. Why can't I edit the fucking text now? What the fuck? Why can't I edit the text? Double click? I am double clicking, man. I'm double clicking. Hit the unlock. That didn't do it either. There we fucking go. Okay, should I make this say? Um, why can't I move it? All right, there we go. Gradient should only be on the image. I think it is. I think that's pretty good. Right? It's over your face. Oh, I moved it down. Is that good? I think that's pretty good. Wait, was the text behind me really cool? That one or the one before? That one? Okay. Valenti, the outline? What outline? All right, we're good. Download this. Change the outline color. Why? No. Fuck it. I'm keeping it. God fucking damn it. Dude, what the fuck? I just want to edit the goddamn text. All right. Okay. How's that? Okay. There we go. Canada prepares for war with the United States. Trump allies with Putin and the Russians. There we go. The United States of America has collapsed. We are the evil empire. If you are watching this from a sovereign nation, heed this warning. Donald is coming. Sovereign, I got it spelled right. Preparing for war with the United States of America. All of NATO is now gearing. All right. Oh, I'll cut that. I'll have to cut that. I waited 7 whole fucking seconds, bro. Preparing for war with the United States of America. All of NATO is now gearing up for the U.S. invasion of Greenland. You're a millennial? I'm Gen Z, bro. China is now becoming the world's reserve currency. I do not need a new camera or a new microphone, no. All right, let's make an ad for Instagram. Canada is preparing for a hold on. Canada is now running drills in preparation for a U.S. invasion, and they know that the only way they could possibly repel a U.S. invasion is through Mujahideen-style defensive guerrilla tactics. I'm not kidding. They're running war games against the United States of America, and obviously it's not going to go well for Canada, because we fucking, dude, the difference between our military might is fucking unbelievable. But yeah, so Donald Trump is just destroying U.S. global hegemony across the entire fucking planet. I mean, China is replacing us, dude. China leads in renewable energy and electric vehicles and AI and drone technology. China wipes the fucking floor with our ass backwards dog shit fucking nation. And the rest of Europe is starting to realize that, so they're allying with China. And what's funny is Trump is trying to replace the United Nations and NATO with this stupid board of peace where he's seemingly inviting dictators. I mean, he invited Vladimir Putin, Bibi Netanyahu, Viktor Orban. I wouldn't be surprised if he fucking invites Kim Jong-un. It's just the Axis powers. The Axis powers are rebuilding, except this time we're on them. And I do think it's time for Americans to bite the bullet and accept the fact that not only are we the evil empire, we have always been the evil empire. Sure, we participated in World War II for the right reasons, but we barely participated. And then we propagandized multiple generations into believing that the only reason we won that war was because of our brave doughboys. The Soviets won that war. The Soviets won that war. I do think there is a way for our children and our grandchildren to not have to experience the disasters that we are going through, and that is if we really take a look at what is going on and understand that we are living through the consequences of about an entire millennia of colonialism and imperialism. And that imperial boomerang of going over into some sovereign nation and enslaving their fucking people and murdering them in mass, it might have taken about 1,000 years, but it's made its way back. It's made its way back to Europe. And America seemingly is going to be the fucking big stick. It's disgusting. I'm horrified, but I choose to be a revolutionary optimist, and I choose to believe that things will get worse before they get better. And they have to get better. And they won't get better unless you're willing to fucking fight for it. So if you're not willing to get in front of a camera and a microphone, if you're not willing to go onto the streets, shut the fuck up and stay home, you baby back bitch. I got a new YouTube video on all of this. Go check it out. New YouTube video. New YouTube video. New YouTube video. I need to get laid. I'm fucking with you. All right, let's get this up. Canada. The United States of America has fallen. New YouTube video. What's up with your TikTok comments? CIA's after me. They've been after me for a long time. They've been after my family for generations, but now it's my turn. Warriors, come out to play. You seem tired. Are you not? Are you not? How's Beans? Beans is good. Pocket sand? I bring pocket fent with me. First ice agent that rolls up on me gets pocket fent. They're on the fucking ground seizing. Poof! See Ted Cruz abandon his voters again? Yeah, of course. That's what he does. Realize Keir Starmer arrested Greta Thunberg for holding up a Stop Genocide sign? Yeah, dude. They've been arresting people everywhere for that. I mean, all over the UK, at least. All right, so that's on Instagram. Let's get that on YouTube Shorts as well. By the way, I quit TikTok. Totally. They don't give. Avi says it's a bug, but I think I don't care. Avi says me not being able to post videos is a bug that'll probably get fixed, but I think I don't care. I think I'm done. I think I'm done with TikTok. It's a great time to quit. Larry Ellison just bought it. I ain't gonna work for you, cocksucker. I ain't gonna work for you, cocksucker. Proud of you. Thanks, Shag. I appreciate that. I've been through the ringer with this goddamn app, man. I'm done with it. You know, I'm done. Why is everyone going after Peyton? I don't fucking know. Peyton, I think he made a video shitting on Good Trouble. Fuck, dude, I love Peyton. But, you know, sometimes maybe he fucking... Listen, I do the same thing. Maybe he says something before thinking about it. I do it. I do it all the fucking time. The difference between us is I am really, 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 really good at just steamrolling through bad press. I'll just steamroll through bad press, you know. There's a couple of Trump rules that if you apply to your life, you will actually be a lot more successful. And one of them is attack, attack, attack. You never go on the defense. You never admit you were wrong on camera. You will be wrong in your life. You will fail in your life. Try again, fail harder. But that does not mean you have to admit defeat. You know what I'm saying? You never have to admit defeat. That's for you. That's for you. You learn from that. You apply that lesson. But you do not need to admit defeat. America has fallen. This guy has no problems uploading on TikTok. He just keeps getting roasted in the comments and he left. Brother, this whole chat was here yesterday as we sat here for 2 hours trying to watch my video upload and it would not upload. I'm frankly certain chat can attest to that, right? Like, I kept on showing you over and over and over again that it will not upload videos. And then it allowed me to upload a photo like that. My old problem is I don't understand why you guys think that I would lie about stuff that, like, I'm live showing you. I'm live showing you. You know? Guy goes, fake. I wasn't here. Try re-downloading the app? No, I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, I'm also not even monetized on TikTok, bro. Yeah, you guys remember the 6-7-bit? YouTube Shorts is ass. Guys, something you're not going to be able to... A conversation a lot of people aren't ready to have is all short-form content is ass. It is slop. It is designed to shorten your attention span. It is terrible for you to be consuming. And even worse to be creating. It creates this culture, and it is sick. You do not want to be part of it. If you haven't noticed, bro... The only short form videos I make are advertisements for my long form videos because this has substance to it. You know, that short form shit is like, you know what it is? It's bumps of cocaine. It's just you taking never ending bumps of cocaine, at least when it comes to your dopamine receptors. You're just taking bumps of cocaine all fucking day, bro. You're getting addicted to it. And then on top of that, creates a culture where you get stuck in an echo chamber. And it's not good for you. It's not good for you, guys. New episode of the Valenti VOD. Upload. At least the long form stuff, like, you're going to come out of it having learned something. Thank you for the $5. I feel like it'll take foreign boots on American soil for people to finally realize that Greenland was a bad idea. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. I hope it comes to that. I do. I've said this before. I fully support a foreign nation invading the United States of America. I'm not kidding. I don't think that the United States government is legal anymore. They don't respect the rule of law. They don't respect the Constitution. I believe a foreign nation should invade the United States of America, arrest Donald Trump and his entire cabinet, extradite them to their nation where they have a judicial system, charge them with international crimes, and rule over us with an interim government while we try to rebuild the pieces. Not fucking kidding. I'm not fucking kidding. I'm being so fucking dead ass. Gonna actually miss you on TikTok. It's all right. Still here. Still here, brother. Still here. Chris, stop acting like I'm gonna let Trump invade Greenland. I'm him. With the $5. I love watching so-called progressives fumble the second they have to give up YouTube Shorts. Fumble the second they have to give up YouTube Shorts? What do you mean? I don't understand what you mean. I love watching so-called progressives fumble the second they have to pick up YouTube Shorts. What does that mean? Fumble what? And what do you mean pick up YouTube Shorts? I don't understand what you're saying. Does anyone know what he's saying? Not to mention ICE is the IDF. ICE has a field office in Tel Aviv. Yeah, so does the NYPD, bro. NYPD's been IDF. Shag here? Probably. She was here earlier. Yeah, they wanted to impeach Kristi Noem. Doesn't matter. They have no authoritative body. They can impeach her. They can't remove her. They literally have no authoritative body to remove her. Hi, Shag. How do I feel about Nintendo prices? I think we should nuke Hiroshima again. Because Nintendo prices are way out of control. I think we should just fucking nuke Japan again. Can't you multi-stream your lives on TikTok and YouTube? Yeah, I don't wanna. I fucking hate TikTok. Who's most likely to turn the U.S. into a vassal state? China. China's the only nation on earth that could actually succeed with that. But you don't have to invade the United States. If you wanted to conquer the United States of America, all you have to do is what China's been doing. Sit pretty and wait. The only nation on earth strong enough to destroy the United States is the United States, and we will destroy ourselves. Then you can just come in and conquer the ash, conquer the husk. You know? Got banned on TikTok? No, I quit. Do you let someone design some merch for you? I have some ideas. Yeah, and I don't let people work for free. You design merch and I like that merch and I sell that merch, I'm gonna pay you for that merch. You forget the real boss, Israel? It might be a comfortable state of normalcy for you to believe that Israel actually controls the United States of America. That's not the reality. The reality is that Israel's actions are directly intertwined with the United States' actions. It's not that they do stuff against our will. No, they do it with our permission. Everything they do, we approve of, and vice versa. Now, they do obviously have blackmail on Donald Trump, and that plays a huge role. But even without the blackmail, we would still be a Zionist society, a Zionist government. We would still support them. You know? You helped me out of my depression and losing my job. I'm going to the Portland ICE facility and protesting. Atta girl. Keep it up. You ready for the snow? Yeah, I fucking hate the cold. Trying to say I could have worded it better, that it makes me sad to see some people would rather keep their small comforts and rights. Yeah, well. Bread and circus. Bread and circus. Excuse me. I love seeing older people like you creating shorts and try and fail miserably. I don't know how you failed, though. What are you talking about? First of all, older people, I'm 28. I'm still in my 20s. What do you mean creating shorts, a try and fail miserably? Bro, I have succeeded tremendously on YouTube Shorts. Let me see if I can pull up my analytics. My YouTube Shorts bang. Let me see. YouTube Studio. Content. Analytics, content, shorts. Yeah, dude. I fucking bang off on my shorts, bro. I got a lot. I got a lot of fucking views on my shorts. Am I Unk? Am I Unk? Am I Unk? Oh, no. I ain't 23, I'm 28, motherfucker, but shit, I'm Unk. Fuck. Fuck. I'm about to buy the Democratic Socialist tank top next week when I get paid. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks, Nightbird. And what am I? Well, Jack, you're younger than me. If I'm Unk, I don't know, maybe you're Neff? Nelson, you're straight Gramps, bro. Nelson, you're straight Gramps. You're Gramps, bro. How old is Nelson? 68. Shaq was born on 9/11. No, I'm kidding. Shaq was born the same year as 9/11. He's one of them 9/11 babies. You look like you don't shower. Brother, why are you fucking projecting? Why are you projecting, brother? Can I guess that you watch Asmongold? Can I guess that? You gotta let me know if I'm correct, Matt. You gotta let me know if I'm correct. Do you watch Asmongold? You're 19 and slowly hitting unk status? Jesus Christ. That's brutal. Anyway, I gotta go. I got a meeting. Thank you for the $5. I'm out of here, gang. Later. GG.